Welcome back, X-Fam, to another Reincarnation Coliseum video. We have reached chapter 20 in the series, and it's nothing short of amazing. Remember that last time we got the conclusion to the tag team match between Mikigami, Mary, Musashi, and Suzu with the ownership of the other slave on the line. In the aftermath of Suzu's throat being lacerated, Mikigami's heart pierced, and Musashi getting Darth Mauled, Mary stood proud as the victor. Now we head into this new chapter with a revived Musashi running away with Luna from debt collectors in the slums. Musashi goes over how his body feels normal even after being resurrected and how convenient it is. The chase continues as the debt collectors close in on them, but both appear to have vanished at a dead end. One man mentions that the target escaped from them, but they will be found to collect what's owed. The other stomps his foot on a piece of rubble that hides Luna as she fearfully covers her mouth. As Luna begins thinking about the situation, the panels shift back to the Coliseum, where we see her pleading to Desmos for help. She tearfully mentions that she had to borrow money to buy her two slaves, which put her in debt. Desmos chuckles and tells her that she knows what will happen now, right? She grabs Luna by the throat and explains that in this business, someone who can't pay means making them into a slave. Desmos goes on to say that Luna is quite the villain like herself and has kept an eye on her for a while. She failed the moment she showed weakness, and now is nothing more than excess baggage. A villain that shows that kind of weakness will be devoured by the top dogs. As Desmos releases her grip on Luna, she states, "You thought you were my equal. How pitiful and cute, my dear Luna. In exchange for being so cute, I have one last thing to tell you." Luna looks up at the towering Desmos as she continues, "There are two ways that villains are born. The first is when you are born into this world to put everything on the line. The second is when you lose. For you that has lost everything, you have become a scumbag, a villain that gave up your fortune and status. Now no one will love you, everyone will shun you because you have lost it all. Putting that aside, your survival rate after losing those things is 0. Desmos finishes up the conversation by singing happy birthday to Luna with nothing but a smile. After such humiliation and narrow escape, the panel switch back to her unlocking a door to a place. Inside, she yells that she's not weak and was prepared just in case the results weren't in her favor. Luna heads deeper into the room until she reaches an object laid on the table. She thinks over that Musashi may be her only slave now, but she wasn't out of options. Luna says that she still has the rare item from a business rival called the Demon's Mouth. With Suzu following Mikigami down the corridors, Luna explains that the Demon's Mouth comes as a set with the demon ears. By devouring one of the ears, it can be used for reconnaissance or wiretapping, as the mouse will transmit sound from the other. Much to Musashi's displeasure and being grossed out, Luna makes it clear that she will find Mikigami's weakness. With that, she'll sell off the information to the aristocrats, reclaim her position, then finally take revenge on Desmos herself. As she makes this declaration, Musashi interrupts her by asking if he too must listen, since he knows what becomes of a slave that loses. Without hesitation, Luna aggressively agrees, as the information may be transmitted in code, so he must be on standby. As she gets on him for talking a big game, Musashi thinks to himself that he should behead this shitty brat after all. The panel shift back to when Luna first approached Musashi and Suzu as slaves. Musashi and Suzu are taken aback by Luna's request for a slave's help. They didn't understand since she had nobility. Things happened by chance as Musashi faked exhaustion from battle and was detained by the guards. This was a setup by the duo to eventually kill their buyer and run away while in the country. When later put up for auction, they found out that a 15-year-old girl had purchased them. Once they met Luna, they thought it was odd that an aristocrat came alone and even bowed their head to a slave. Her goal was to become rich, so she worked hard to get them, even borrowing money, breaking the law and deceiving people for the moment to win big at the Coliseum. Suzu notices her trembling, while Musashi understands that fighting for her may get him killed, but he will bring her victory. Musashi starts to realize that Luna is the same as him, willing to do whatever it takes to rise to the top, even becoming a villain. With Suzu willing to follow Musashi no matter what, he states that he will win for her just this once, as the panels turn back to the present time. As Luna starts propping up the demon's ear, Musashi mentions that since he lost, he's still a slave under her care, so he will still take orders from her. The panel now shifts to Suzu in a small room sitting on a bed. While there, she mentions that it's been 10 minutes since she got there and wonders if Mikigami is talking things over with the other slaves. For Musashi and Luna's sake, she must not fail to get the information they need. Determined on her end, the door opens with an aphrodisiac-induced Mikigami entering. As he's raging hard in the nude, he tells Suzu that his clone over in the next room can recover as many times as possible to satisfy his other slaves. The next panel shows a shadowy Mikigami silhouette enjoying Mary while the other three appear keeled over. Mikigami tells Suzu that for 3 days and 3 nights, he will fully embrace her. This shocks Suzu, since she grew up in the samurai culture and was taught how manly they are. Mikigami didn't come off as a type, but with his declaration of embracing her, her heart began to sway. She starts thinking Mikigami is a man among men, even comparable to Musashi, but wonders if it's the drug making her believe this as she tries to erase the thought. That's when her body moves on its own and she calls him Master Mikigami. Suzu tells herself to not be fooled and remember that she will kill him before long, as she mentions she's unworthy of being a slave. On the other end of the demon's ear, Musashi is seen bawling his eyes out from what he's hearing, with Luna telling him that he's being too noisy. He wants to stop listening after realizing what was happening in the other room with Mikigami slaves. I do not feel bad for this man whatsoever. Just so you all are aware, he deserves every bit of getting NT rawed. I also want to point out that seeing Mary on top of Alice is like grade S tier content. Fuck, I wish I could show the full illustration without like the censor bars, but I know YouTube can be a bitch and they will definitely hit me with a community guideline strike. They might still hit me with a community guideline strike regardless, because it's the act. I think that's just dumb, but it is what it is. As Suzu begins servicing Mikigami's anaconda, he thanks Zulu as panels shift to their conversation in the reception room. Zulu states that Mikigami won by using a skill that exposes a person's true feelings. Mikigami felt bad about it, as he says it must be awkward to have sex with someone who has a boyfriend. Zulu awkwardly agrees while keeping a straight face, but irritated by his answer. She asks if that is something Mikigami should even think about when a person is out to kill him. He should be more confident and push his desires into the world. As far as the plans go, Mikigami thought that maybe he should change his approach to where he's more considerate, which makes Zulu go silent. A moment later, Zulu smacks Mikigami, which confuses him. She tells him to remember that Zaid is an enemy and nothing will change until she's gone. Now that they have her cornered, they can get rid of her, but he remains confused about the situation. Zulu makes it clear that him changing how he does things for one enemy could mean changing for them all, including Zaid. The match may have had different circumstances, but that doesn't mean he should be going easy on his enemies. To Suzu, Mikigami is nothing more than a villain who exploited her hidden love for Musashi. That in mind, Zulu lays down the facts on how to become a proper villain. Be confident, unapologetic, and lastly, don't do half-hearted things for the sake of your own feelings. Mikigami finally realizes that Suzu wouldn't be able to hate him if he didn't play the villain role, as he pulls on a rope even tighter. In the next panel, we witness Suzu in bondage play, completely broken from the person she once was. Suzu asks for a break. Mikigami tells her to behave like a slave and not talk without permission as Musashi listens on. In the final panel, Musashi is shown crashing through doors of a rundown shed in tears as Mikigami continues to pound Suzu's ninja box for the next 3 days and nights. I told you all that this chapter was going to be amazing. Like, we all knew Suzu was going to get digged down, and you know, Haruwata and Zunta like gave us the bondage action, which is great, by the way. I mean, that's spicy content and it's something new, it's something different than the usual just bang them out and then that's that. But I'm sure we're gonna get something more in the extra chapter, because she'll be next in the extra chapter, and I can't wait for that. Also want to point out that Suzu becoming a slave was already predicted since like the cover art for like in like chapter 1. It's kind of funny because there are 3 other slaves in there, 2 of which look like demi-humans. I think the one of the top ones are an elf or a half elf, whatever the fuck it may be. And then there's like 1 extra human. And then in the back, it's like Zaid at the top right, shadowy. And then the other 2, I want to say one of them is Zulu, but you know, I won't know. We won't know. I hope you keep supporting me by liking the video, commenting, sharing it, subscribing to the channel, following me on socials and all that stuff, because we're going to be like in this for the long run as much as I can, unless YouTube like shuts me down at some point, then I just can't finish it no more. It's done. But again, I hope you enjoyed the video and all that stuff. Keep up the grind, X fam, and I'll see you next time. Holla at your boy.